Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23 and it is now time for round 9 of our MotoGP career mode. It's time for my home circuit of the British GP, Silverstone, and we will be starting from pole position, half a second quicker than Jack Miller in second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going for it here today. I want to win at home. So here we go then, in pole position in the best place possible here in Silverstone. We wait for the red lights to disappear and away we go. I did actually go for the ride height device again. I think it's a better option here going into turn 1 here in Silverstone, but can we clear it? We certainly can. A little bit aggressive on the brakes just to clear the ride height device as we got a 5-lap sprint for the cash here in Silverstone. We're trying to go around as many riders as we can here as we go into turn 3 there with 5th place. Not bad, not the best of starts, but certainly not as bad as it could have been if that ride height device didn't disengage. But out to the left-hand side now, Luca Marini's made a good start. Joan Mir up to 3rd place as he is looking to get a solid result here in England. And out to the left-hand side there, look at Jack Miller going around the outside of Maverick Vinales. Great on-board shots here with us as we go into the right-hander. A little bit too eager there, hitting Jorge Martin wide. He's not going to like that. Probably one of the only few riders in here in this game that I've actually got a good relationship with. I guess that could soon dissipate if that continues as we now fall all the way back down to 9th place. AI significantly stronger in Sector 2. We've seen this in the Silverstone test in yesterday's video, not one day ago. So into left-hand side. Goodness me, I forgot how early they brake. Going into Maggots and Beckett's. How slow was Enea Bastianini there? That was a big contact with teammate. He's dropped down to 8th place as Maverick is getting away ever so slightly and ever so quickly, actually. In fact, no, I don't think so. He's not pulled away that much, but it's something I need to try and capitalise on now before he gets too much of an advantage. Round the outside of Mir, round the outside of Miller. That puts us up to 2nd place. Just 4.5 laps remaining. We've got to be quick about this one. Don't want to fall behind too much as Maverick on the brakes, losing a bit of traction. He managed to hold on as we got really tight to the apex and basically running it across that sausage curb. Look at the graphic in the bottom left hand corner of your screen. There's certainly been a bunch of riders to crash. They're only going into Vale Corner now. But after 1 lap complete, Maverick is in the lead here in the sprint. He's ran it deep into the Abbey corner, and we do chop his nose off to take over at the front, to take top possible spot. Would have been 12 points for the number 12, but now he's relegated to just 9 here in Silverstone. So it's a pretty damn decent start. Actually way more exciting than I was expecting, to be honest with you, because I did feel, since we got that 155 in the Silverstone test yesterday, that I think we're just going to be able to win this one no problem. But although Maverick is giving us a bit of trouble, we've not dropped him yet. 0.2 of a second, 0.3 of a second. It's certainly oscillating as it stands as we go into the penultimate corner of many years ago. No more anymore. Of course, turn 7 for Luffield now as we go into the old start-finish straight. Not really much of a straight, but you get the point as we go onto the brakes, going into the right-hander there for Copse. Maverick has retaken the lead, but I can guarantee into Maggots we'll definitely get him. So onto the left-hander then. Let's see if we can position this well. Position it right. We certainly have done. Marvellous against the 120% difficulty AI. Doesn't matter what difficulty they're on, they always go slow there. And that is exactly where we have taken advantage of. Can Maverick come back now? I'd hazard a guess he won't be able to. Went for the hard front and medium rear. Not a massive fan of the medium rear, to be honest, but you have to make do with it here in Silverstone. No soft tyre available, I don't believe. We'll see what we have available for the race. Well, onto the brakes. A second clear from Maverick now. This is it. The pin has been pulled. Ladies and gentlemen, could it be a first ever victory here in home in MotoGP for us? A 56.2. Look how close we're. That's actually faster than my qualifying lap, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't even need to do many qualifying laps here. I was quite surprised, actually. Just managed to jump on the bike and go almost as quick as we did in the test video yesterday. This is excellent. My one goal here for this weekend is that, well, I say one, I've actually got a few. One of them in particular is, of course, take a victory. To do what Kyle Crutchlow couldn't do here in Silverstone. And also get the gap above Jack Miller or whomever it is in second by 100 points. I can't believe I'm going to say that, especially considering the 2 seasons we've had prior where it's been an absolute slog to get good results. Every single race you'd finish knackered and exhausted. This time, we're cooking on gas. Everyone said, go on the factory Ducati, you'll love it. I was, a little bit apprehensive, but by God, you aces were right. This motorcycle is terrific, with a capital T no less. Ladies and gentlemen, I owe a lot to you guys. You were right. Anyway, we're actually looking at possibly getting into the 155s here. This lap time is looking excellent. 4.5 tenths of a second found. Going into Maggots and Beckett's and now into left-hand side for Chapel. We've got a 4 tenths of a second advantage. This could be a 155 in a sprint. This is magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. But if not, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the rest of the video. So onto the power and onto the brakes just underneath the craft beer sign. Little bit late there, but it should still be enough to get the 155. This is going to feel terrific. 155s was something I would have dreamt about on board the Gas, on board the KTM. And look at us now, across the line. It's the 55.8. That's stunning. That is absolutely brilliant. Exactly where we left off yesterday in the test. Brilliant. And now we're on the penultimate lap with confidence. We are beaming, grinning from ear to ear with positivity and confidence. Look at Paul Espargaro up to 8th place, by the way. Good to see Paul there getting another good result, as a matter of fact. Didn't he do well in Assen? I do seem to recall that. He's just been beaten for teammate for 8th place, dispossessed from teammate Aleix. But this one is still very much on. Luca Marini has now gone up to 2nd place, so whatever happening's behind is what's going to happen. But for us, we're looking at a Silverstone sprint victory. Better than Alex Marquez last season. We're looking at perfect 12 championship points. Jack Miller, he's still very much engaging in battle with the Prima Prama Ducati and the Repsol Honda of Joan Mir. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, because we only need a couple of points in the race to ensure we get a 100-point lead. It should be pretty much curtains, this one. Where can the championship be decided if we have 100 points buffer? It could be decided quite quickly. Of course, a little bit different now with the sprint, of course. A maximum of 37 points can be acquired over each weekend with the sprint victory and the race victory as well. And of course, if you didn't know, there's no points or additional points, should I say, for any lap times or fastest lap. So it's pretty much just the 37 points, 12 for the sprint, 25 for the race win each single race. And well, my task has just got easier. Jack Miller has binned it from the top 8 positions. We won't be seeing that name on the left hand side of the screen for the duration of this sprint. We stay not quite in the 55s. I was hoping that would be the case, but unfortunately not. But we do stay in the lead comfortably by a matter of 4 seconds. Maverick, what can you do? What can anyone do when we have so much confidence, so much speed and momentum? There's a lot of times last season where we got hit by a lot of rainy races, and I do ponder, I've thought about this a lot recently. Would it have been different if we didn't have so many wet races last season? Because there was quite a lot. From Catalonia to about maybe a good 3 or 4 rounds afterwards, in circuits that I predominantly do well at, we had rain. So I do wonder if maybe we could have won with the KTM. Could have, would have, should have, I guess. Doesn't matter. The point is we're going to be winning it this year. Absolutely. I'm absolutely certain now. Our biggest championship contenders are Enea Bastianini and Jack Miller, and I don't see either on the left-hand side of the screen. And considering there's not a single other factory Ducati in the top 10 right now, there's only one Prima Prama Ducati in the top 4, and the 2 VR46 Mooney Ducatis are 5th and 8th, so it's a huge shock, a surprise for all of the British fans here as we go into Beckett's then for the final time of today's MotoGP sprint. We are just approaching the final part of today's excellent sprint. 12 points, it's marvellous. Option 1 has been ticked off. Win here in the Silverstone sprint. We just need now... Oh, look at that, not paying attention. My apologies. I was getting a bit eager on the power there. I'll just slow it down so we don't actually gain any advantage. But the first job is done. We will win here in the sprint. Then we just got to make sure we win in the race and try and get enough points to have a 100-point buffer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a winner here in Silverstone, here in the sprint. So there it is, in confirmation on your screens. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Enea Bastianini is actually in the top 10. He's there in 9th place, but that's a single point, so nothing too excited about Enea. But let's take a look at the championship standings, and yeah, we are 8 points removed from a 100-point lead ahead of former teammate Jack Miller. Let's see how we get on with the Grand Prix. So here we go then, aces. Hit the ride height device, wait for the red lights to go out here in the MotoGP Monster Energy Grand Prix of Britain. Away we go. You know the task, I've mentioned it enough times in the sprint. Let's do it. 10 laps here, double the race here in the sprint, and my ride height device has not disengaged. We have the lead, but it hasn't disengaged. This could be... Oh, it's alright, I got it off, but wow. I was a little bit nervous going into the village corner then. Thankfully, no one went too gung-ho. Oh, Jesus! Did Bastianini just take out Marquez? Good Lord! Oh, that was like a blur at the bottom of the screen there. My goodness, I tell you what, the AI seemed faster. Maybe it's because I used Power Sliding 2 a little bit prematurely there, but it certainly felt like they had a better grip coming out of the corners. Maybe things have changed here in the full sprint, full race, should I say. Managed to avoid hitting Jorge Martin this time around into the Luffield corner, so we should keep that relationship relatively peachy. But this is the woodcut corner, and goodness me, look at the two riders they're approaching. Alicia Sparger on the left, and Marco Bezzecchi on the right. So here I am, stuck in the middle with the aces. Getting a little bit concerned with the AI putting on the power, but we should be fine as we go into the terrific Maggots and Beckett's corners. Oh, look at that beautiful, clean, precision move up on the inside, around the outside of Jorge Martin, and then on the inside of Jack Miller. I knew he was going to run it deep there, but he will have the inside line, give him the space. Yep, gesticulation from Jack, but it's fine. Just a little small touch is nothing to be too concerned about. Dropping it down to Power Setting 2 then. Want to get onto the brakes as we go late on the brakes, leaning on Jack into the Stowe corner. We are now up into second place. Maverick Vinales is there again though, isn't he? He should be the next championship contender, he really should, but a little bit loose is Maverick as we have to make the lunge. Wow! Late on the brakes, last of the late breakers goes to me. However, Maverick was braver around the outside into the curver 17 corner. Pretty good stuff so far. Nice action brewing here in Britain as we launch it to the right hand side. Not able to get that chopping off the nose like we did in the first sprint. But there is Maverick, he's still in the lead, but going for that wider swooping line to go for the tight apex into Village and hopefully a lunge into the loop. Not happening. Would have been too aggressive anyway if we got alongside each other there. So the gap is still 96 championship points to Jack Miller. So I want to try and get that victory just for a few reasons. Would love to get a victory in Britain, I really would. It would be amazing. I think we won here in Moto 3 or Moto 2. I actually can't remember now. I've recorded so many videos in MotoGP 23 that's hard to keep up. And with us doing 3 seasons of MotoGP, which I've never done before, I think the most I did was 2 seasons with MotoGP 21. The fact that we're doing 3 is awesome. And I don't think I can squeeze in another one before we get the pending doom. No, maybe not the doom, that's the wrong word to say, but the pending excitement of MotoGP 24. As we do, wow, look at that. They are so slow going into Maggots and Beckett's there. Into actual Beckett's, they're not too bad. They run it a bit deep here, which he might then have the inside line. He doesn't. We have the lead, but we don't have the benefit of Power Setting 3 for this Grand Prix. So with that in mind, expect Maverick to fight back. We might have the lead now, but with us on Power Setting 2, I think it's going to slow us down too much. We'll see. We'll definitely see. So far, so good. Definitely been able to stay with them. Wait, whoa, goodness me, that's too tight to the apex. Where's Jack Miller? He's now 110 points behind. What the hell happened to the Aussie? Oh, that's a terrible lap time for me as well there. 1:57. 169. No wonders that the AI is keeping me honest so far. Into the left-hander, and we are looking at a half a second advantage. This is where the AI is strong. They're not bad around the first couple of corners, but it's more so going into the next couple. Turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, that's where they're quite fast. So out at Aintree, this is the long straight, and we have still a 0.3 of a second gap, but you know what, I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm definitely not looking away, trying to focus on the road of course, but you get the point. Still got to keep an eye on the guys behind. Good to see both Aprilias are up there. Look at Maverick, he has gone through the lungs there, full of field. Exactly what I said it would be. Between 6, 7 and 8, that's exactly where they're strong as we go in too tight to the apex. And Jorge Martin getting involved there, he's up into third. Yeah, this is going to be way more interesting than I thought it was. I thought, to be honest, I was going to get ready to check out. Disappear to the front, accept the 25 points graciously by the mayor, possibly. And if they have a mayor in Towchester, I don't actually know if they do. But yeah, we're through on Vinales and we have the lead again. But the gap is no better than it was on the previous lap, so makes me believe we will probably get beaten again by Maverick on the next lap. Let's keep focusing. Let's just see what happens. Don't really want to lose any time now. Onto the small power zone and onto the brakes going into the Vale corner for the left-hand side. This then opens it up to turn 17 and then into the club corner. We have a second advantage. This could be it. This could be it. Onto the power then across the line. It's a 56.9 as we go onto the Hamilton straight. Not bad so far. But yeah, but this is coming. It's coming. This is it. Even with power setting 2, we've got that rhythm. Did feel a little bit strange with power setting 2 though, I won't lie. It's usually me saying the opposite, but power setting 3 and the Ducati just feels so good. I'm really impressed with the Desmond Sedici GP23. Marvellous machine. Marvellous. And it's quite clear, since we've won so many races this season, that this bike is certainly doing the work around here. So on the brakes, roughly where that green patch is on the right hand side, I always find that helps me a lot going into those corners, especially with these bikes. With Moto 2 I think it's even a little bit later than that, which obviously makes a lot of sense, but there's always key points to really look at breaking in to the Brooklands corner, and I think we did a marvellous job there. And you know what, this confidence with this bike and the sensations is just brewing all the time. Jack Miller is 109 points behind, so whatever mistake he made, he dropped down to around 10th place. He's found himself a bit of speed again, but he's only moved up to 8th place. We'll see how that goes in this one, but that's really deep, and that will be a bit of a mess on the lap time. Oh, Jesus! Like I ran over a banana peel. Who's playing Super Mario Kart? Goodness me. What the hell was that? That was scary. Well, there goes my lap time. That was going to be a much better 1:56. Something to be a little bit more positive about. But I can't say the same now. That's all not that great, is it? 0.9 of a second though. Still ahead. Still looking smooth. Still looking good. In the early stages of the British GP. And that's not a general practitioner. That's a Grand Prix, of course. A stupid comment to make. Sorry. Anyway, let's focus on the action as we get across the line. It is unfortunately another 1:57, but I think that can be excused after the small mistake into Beckett's. It was a bit of overthinking going on. I felt like because I was in power setting 2, I could probably brake a little bit later, but I think it's absolutely foolish. Not really what you should be thinking when you're trying to win a Grand Prix, which is as coveted as they come. It seems every other rider comes in here and just wins with ease, but for us, the Brits, we never got the job done. We have done in the past, but of course not for a long, long time. Of course, our last hopes died with Cal Crutchlow, and I am righting that wrong today. Didn't manage it in the gas, crashed out in dramatic fashion, and I also failed on the KTM. I was very close. I came up short in one of the final couple of corners. It was actually the Vale corner, which we got it wrong. But that was a thrilling race. If you want to watch a fantastic race in my MotoGP 23 career mode series, I'd recommend a lot. I'd recommend 90%. But to be honest, the Silverstone one with the KTM was absolutely magnificent. It was wild towards the end. So I definitely would check it out. But anyway, turn 11. This is the fast-flowing part of the Silverstone circuit. So we dive into the left-hander now, onto the power, still using power setting 3 now, power setting 2, should I say. I think we're comfortable. I think we've got this one in the bag. Even on power setting 2, maybe even power setting 1, who knows, but I just think we've got enough to get the job done. We feel good, we feel solid, it feels great. I've got to say, positive stuff coming here as we go into Vale for the 5th time of asking. 0.3 of a second found. Oh, a little bit misleading there, we actually lost a bit of time. It's not going to be another 57 again, is it? No, thankfully not. Across the line, new best lap, 56.835. About a second slower than it was when we used power setting 3. Probably a bit of a difference as well, I think. I made a bit of a wrong choice. Now, the game recommended a medium front and a medium rear. And even in the sprint, it recommended the hard front with a medium rear. And I'm beginning to believe choosing that medium front was a mistake. It seems to be burning up quite quick on the left-hand side. Definitely should have considered using the hard. I don't know why I let the game recommend it to me. I should have just said, you know what, I'm happy with the hard. I'm guessing Gigi or Davide Tardozzi or someone pushed me for that decision. But right now, I can't say it was the wrong choice, but the gap is hovering. I want to keep that over a second to keep that state of zen. But you know what, I'm not sure anymore. Maverick is closing in. Let's not think about that. Let's focus on the other task at hand here. This is the worst thing about doing the commentaries, the fact that I want to try and get this exciting and to make you feel ready for the action that's going to unfold, but I only end up getting myself worked up. That's just the worst thing I can do. It always happens when I do the streams with you guys as well. Streaming my own race in the cups it's a disaster. It's a nightmare. Because I'm getting excited for you guys to make it fun, and then I just end up making mistakes and doing really stupid things, so... Yeah, by the way, speaking of streams, if you've never seen me live stream, you can see me on Monday. I'll be streaming the final round and the final cup of MotoGP 23. I won't be streaming anything else until MotoGP 24. I might do a couple of live streams, but it'll just be something fun on MotoGP 23, as I've made an absolute mistake there to the 17th corner. That's an absolute mess. But into the right-hander then. This is beginning to unfold. It's unravelling ever so slightly here, and I need to be careful. That gap won't stay at a second if I keep making mistakes. So let's get this over and done with then, and let's get this 25 points. If you want to see me stream, be there at 1900 hours, 7 PM on Monday, the 8th, I think it is. I'll go with that. That's fine by me. On the 8th, it's the Monday, and it will be in British summertime, so I'll see you then at 1900 hours. We'll be doing the final race and the final cup of MotoGP 23. So, of course, into the left-hand side for the Brooklands corner. We're down a 10th on the Delta. Maverick is coming in. At this point, the last lap, this gap was 0.8. So it's another 10th taken away from us there. I tell you what, if Maverick gets that to under 0.3, I'm going to be a little bit concerned here. Onto the brakes, very calm going into the right-hander there for turn 9. I can hear that Aprilia. I can hear the Aprilia, it's coming. Tell you what, if the AI somehow pull this off, I'll know because of that lap time. If they chuck a lap time that's better than a 156.8, then prepare to fight, ladies and gentlemen. Steel yourself, I would say. But as it looks... Yeah, at this point, that gap was a second. We need to hurry up here. We've got to make sure we break the resolve of that 120% difficulty AI, and it's not going to happen if I go wide into the Stowe corner, carrying so much speed from the hanger straight there that we've just lost a bit of feeling. We mustn't panic. Keep it together. This is going to be one hell of an achievement. To win here in Silverstone, in front of the British fans, across the line. We did him... Oh no, that's a worse lap time again. What's going on? It must be that front tyre. I don't know. I'm a bit lost here. It just doesn't feel anywhere as quick. And I know what you're thinking, power setting 2. Yeah, but I usually feel like I've got more power in the sense of I can be a little bit more aggressive. I can really throw it into the corners with Power Setting 2. Right now, it's a bit riding on eggshells. Not quite as comfortable that the Power Setting 3 was, which I can't believe I'm saying. Usually it's always the opposite for me. It must be that front tyre choice. That was a mistake, clearly. I was into the 155s with Power Setting 3 in the hard front. Gap is still a second. Wait. Where the hell did that gap go? Where on earth did that gap go? That was a second. That was a clean second a second ago. That's a lot of seconds in one sentence. 5 tenths. 4.5 tenths. Down to 3.5 tenths. We're going to be able to hear that Aprilia again in a moment. Louder than my voice, that Aprilia is going to be screaming. Still occupying this spot, but I tell you what, Maverick is not going to give up, is he? Fair play to the number 12. Maverick will not yield here today. I've got full respect. I absolutely have. And of course, Maverick doing an excellent job in real life, of course, winning the sprint in the real life MotoGP, and the sprint to Portimao, of course. Absolutely amazing in the Algarve was Maverick Vinales. Into the right-hander then, 1.3 seconds ahead of Maverick. 1 second is the difference now. Jorge Martin still in there, but we are still very much on the limit. Can we win here in Silverstone? Is the AI going to just pull something out credible towards the end? I don't doubt it. I really don't. Anything to destroy my confidence and chances of winning here in Silverstone. That gap is still not as quick as it was. As big as it was when I was on a quicker lap time earlier. Oh, this is fascinating. This is really fascinating. It feels like they're getting quicker. I don't feel like I'm going fast at all. And I think those lap times are quite evident. Second slower than the qualifying. In fact, no, about 8 tenths. Maybe, yeah. It's about like 5 tenths, I think, slower. So it's actually not that bad, all things considered. But considering in the test we did a 155, and then in the sprint a moment ago we also did a 155. Just need to ensure we keep that gap. I don't fancy losing it now. The man from Figueres in Spain could still deny us yet. The number 12, the man just a year older than me, I think. No, year younger than me, should I say. He's still closing in. I'm nervous. I won't lie to you. I'm getting nervous here. Feel a bit better knowing that we've got a half a second lead. But that medium rear is getting to the point now where it's getting to start spinning. There's quite a large drop-off in this game when you reach that midway part. No matter which side of the tyre it is, whether it's the fat part of the tyre, the left or the right, if it gets close or beyond the letter R on the graphic in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there, it will lose it quickly. And it is beginning to feel that way. But I think Maverick, he might be running out of time here. Gaps, yeah, it's got to be run out of time now. 1.7 is the gap. If you're confident that we're going to win this one, you might as well hit that subscribe button now. Ooh, bit deep. Keep it together. Again, though, this consistency on Power Setting 2 is not going well. I think I'm overthinking this, I really do. A lot of mistakes, that's another one. Same lap time as earlier, mind you, but crap lap times. They're not good. They aren't good considering what we were doing in the sprint. Well, I guess it's a lesson for us all. Don't choose the medium front in Silverstone. Maybe for the sprint, but I wouldn't recommend it at all. Couple of tenths found there into the Delta. This is definitely a victory for us as long as we keep it on 2 wheels. Factory Ducati could be looking at what? 8 sprint victories and 7 race wins. This is amazing. Is it actually that many? We might... is it 8 sprint wins now I think about it? The only sprint we didn't win was in Argentina, yeah? Wow, 8 sprint victories. And this will be our 7th win. That's demolished what we did on the Gas. More than double. And I think that's probably better already than the KTM. Incredible. Absolutely incredible season. Incredible motorcycle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 6 tenths of a second away from Maverick. But don't panic, because of course, once we go into Maggots and Beckett's, I should imagine that lead will go back up to a second. Beautiful entry into turn. Oh, yeah, look at it. Look at it. Beautiful. Stunning. Magnificent. Stellar. excellent, perfect, awesome, brilliant. Can't think of any more adjectives. It's amazing. Absolutely stunning. Really happy with this one. Really pleased. So here we go then. Let's get on the brakes. Let's get the job done. And let's finish on a high. I'm actually getting giddy for this point. To win here in MotoGP, on board the Ducati, here in Britain, is marvellous. Brilliant. Tear to my eye. Ladies and gentlemen, one more corner to go. We will be crowned the victor of the British GP for the first time in God knows how long. Ladies and gentlemen, a winner here in England. So confirmation on your screen right now then. 1.2 clear from Maverick and Jorge Martin for a first time podium this season in our MotoGP career mode. Any surprises as we go down? Paul in the points, Brad Binder only 14th. Fabio got a point, but Taka just barely missed out. Franco Morbidelli, fastest man on the track. Why does that always happen? Ruining our chances of a fastest lap. But let's take a look at the championship standings. 3 for 3 this weekend. Pole, in fact, it's even better in it. Pole position, sprint victory, race victory, and now got 100 points ahead of Jack Miller. Job done. Job done. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Teams Championship and the Constructors now. And that's it from me. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.